The first route is a blue V6. This route had a interesting crux where I might not have done the correct beta, but I had kind of a cool beta. So it begins down low. Just hit some smaller blue crimps and kind of stand your way up. Now here I believe I could have dropped my left hand and then gone up right, but it felt best to actually cross up left. And I kind of barn doored out of that. From there, really just moving up those holds. And the top's on a feature there. Very fun route, and that was kind of an interesting move. I don't know if that was the best way to do it, but nevertheless, it was pretty fun. This next route is a V6, V7 on the overhanging comp wall. Terra Firma did recently change up their grading system back to the, I guess you could say, brackets, or essentially there's a color that represents it could be either of the two grades. So this is a V6 or V7, but a fun climb regardless. So working your way onto the feature there, just some crimpy holds. My feet were kind of splayed out, which is kind of cool. And cut feet for a second there. Get a toe hook set to then work up to those holds in the feature above. I did have to bump my right hand. Get kind of a high left foot there. Stand up, and the end was a bit compressed, but very cool route. The crimp work in the feature was a little bit tough, but pretty fun and consistent. This yellow V4 to V5 is next. This one was very fun. Really juggy holds from feature to feature underneath, and you work your way up. Now in the intro you saw me kind of dynoing around, which was loads of fun, but here I try and go with the smoothest beta as possible. Kind of tried to smear my feet against the wall there, but ended up just jumping out, catching that. They're really good holds, which is very fun. You see me kind of carelessly cutting feet there. Work your feet underneath you to then move up past the lip. Just really trying to push my legs on this route. Keep that good technique. Very fun route. I really enjoyed that one quite a lot. Makes for a great dyno from the start too. This next route is a pink V6, V7. Had a lot of traverse-like movement, and I do something pretty foolish on this route that you're about to see. So you kind of work your way from out underneath the comp wall out right. So here I match, and this felt really far. Also cutting feet there. I had to reach all the way out right, and the outside of that is basically a sloper, so it's not that bad, but it's not that great as well. Kind of coming down and matching that. A lot of interesting footwork there. Catching that next hold. And I did fall there. Someone was watching and told me that I missed that hole right there. I just totally did not even see it. So that makes the section that I struggled on quite a bit easier. So round 2, messed up the flash attempt, but that's all right. So this time you see me grabbing that, matching, and it gives me much closer points to hit that sloper, walk my feet down. Still very much like the footwork there. It's really interesting. Now I have plenty of energy to match this. Move out right, hit the Gaston. Really kind of shift my weight out right there. And boom, just kind of a big move up to a great finish hold. Very fun and cool route. This next route is a V8 or higher, I suppose. Just a few crimps to a sloper. It's rather technical and beta intensive, but truthfully I didn't think it felt that hard overall. At least not compared to the 8s that have been set in the gym recently. This feels a little bit more like a 7 or even a 6 if you have the right beta. But essentially you work your way on some crimps. This is pretty interesting. You hit this right one as a Gaston, and then you really have to crank on it as you shift your weight out right. This was pretty tricky here going up to the sloper, and I don't even make it there. I fall on those because I wasn't really pulling in properly. Wanted to get a feel for that next sloper since I'd already fallen, see what it was like. And it's really not bad once you get your weight under it. But hitting these crimps, that move really is pretty cool. It's rare that I feel that I'm pulling in on a Gaston just quite like that. And there I hit the sloper, but my weight cuts out right. So I do find a better beta here. So I keep my foot low this time, and that allows me to hit the sloper properly. My weight still cuts left there, as you can see, but I'm able to control it much more. Get that right foot out, and then I can shift my weight over and match up that big sloper to then go up to the finish. A pretty cool route. It's quite beta intensive. And we have come to the inspiration for the name of this route, the Road to Crimp Power, with a V8 or higher. This one is definitely either very solid 8, perhaps even a 9. It is some very powerful crimpy movement that are those little blue crimps working your way from underneath the roof to the top of it. So you hit that undercling at the right hand, and then you do kind of a drop knee to go up to the third crimp. This move is pretty challenging. The second you get into this route, it's just a very immense core tension, a lot of finger power. I apologize for kind of the weird lighting on this one. I'm not quite sure why I filmed that way, but boom, able to stick it there. I cut feet and managed to get my foot up. Hit that next crimp. Just so much power. Hit that third one, cut feet once more. It's really difficult to maintain body tension, keep your feet on the wall for this route. This one felt quite a lot like a moonboard problem. Very powerful, very finger intensive. So they're just kind of talking about beta with some other climbers in the gym. They wanted to give it a shot as well. They also thought it was pretty tough, so. So there I actually get my left foot on the right start hold instead of the drop knee, and that felt better. Really keeping the core tight in order to get the left foot up. But as I went right hand up, my left foot tended to pop. I really needed it to stay on. What's crazy is it really didn't let up that much once you got out of the outside of the lip. Those holes were still really crimpy, so they changed it up here, moving on to this black V6, V7. This was a really fun route. And there is an alternative beta, which you get a sneak preview of, which is actually dynoing out to that horn. Now, the first go, I actually just go for the proper beta, which actually does have a dyno. Much easier dyno. Getting the heel and moving through these very positive crimps. Out to the horn. And you do have that right foot you can swing over to. The left foot on the horn. And it's kind of a cool, very controlled cross. And then you are done. So we were talking about some different betas in this route. And apparently someone in the gym did a bat hang for it. So I was just kind of experimenting with that. And it definitely does go. If you want to do a bat hang for it, it's kind of cool. And this is my man David here doing the dyno beta, so check that out. Super cool. There's a lot of insane squeezing on both sides of that horn to keep yourself on it. Then boom, going to the top. So thanks to David for showing us that sweet beta. And back to the very difficult blue problem. It's always great to have a really try-hard problem or project. And man, this thing felt very try-hard to me. So a couple different days of trying it, as you can tell. Did not really get that much progress on this thing. The amount of power needed never changed, despite any better beta or even becoming more familiarized with the route. Still very challenging. This is my man Danton here. He's an extremely strong climber. So had to get at least one sweet up close Danton try on this bad boy. And he goes with a pretty impressive beta here. Trying to just bump out right hand, but that is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and much love, fam. Peace.